Right, we're all set to go. Hopefully that we're recording, so even though we're talking over here, we're now good to go. Here we go. I'm not a cameraman, I'm a damp proofing man. Here we go. Morning everybody, DampSam here at this job in Wakey somewhere. This is an interesting one, this, and we've got to warm this wall up. So this is a north facing property, that's north through window, and this wall is a cold wall. They've had issues, we've got to put some ventilation in, so there's no ventilation. They've got no fanning bathroom, no fanning kitchen, and there's a toilet they've got a fan in, but it just comes on with a timer and makes a lot of noise, so we're swapping that. And then we're putting them a PIV unit in a converted basement, what they've got, where the person that converted it didn't put any ventilation in, so that were an issue. But this wall here, we're going to use Isotherm system, so we've got his rolls ready. I've just took radiator off, so schoolboy error on my part, forgot to set the radiator to come off, so we're a bit behind on this. I've just got it off now, and then I've just took rest of the skirting off that were behind there. And what we're going to do now is, because there's been cold air coming up, so you see again we've got this gap, front flooring, right way around. So we're going to stick a board in there, put some foam in there and then stick a board in, and then once it's cured we're going to put Isotherm system on wall. So you have to patch it in first. So because we took that skirting off, there was cold air coming up through that gap from various places, and that had blown some at plaster. So what we did was we stuck some plasterboard in using the dry grip system or express damp proofing system, so plasterboard and dry grip, but we formed that gap first, stuck us boards in, and then the Isotherm system can then be sort of fitted uniformly on that wall.
Hiya, DampSam here. Did you know, if you want to watch a full unedited version of this, if you become a Damp fan, $2.99, which is as much as an expensive cup of coffee up here, you can watch a full unedited version of this. Nah, let's get back watching this bit, eh? See you in a bit.
So that's up here, and then obviously around the wall as well. But this is one of the things as well. So before we come, we told them they had to just put this foam in here. These were empty, so again, you've got cold spots being formed because you've got a massive gap here with the fit of these windows. And reason why they've got a gap there is because it's a 1900s property, and the original windows were sash windows. So if you see how wide the frame is, that is fitted to the outside brickwork, and the inside brickwork, which is that massive gap, is where the mechanisms were, which was lead weights, so that the sash windows could lift up easily. And when they used to take them out, you knew window could fit flush on the outside, but you had this big gap that needed filling. So a lot of time, like they've done here, they've put a timber frame round, but the gap down the side were left empty, and which created a cold spot. So it's always best to eliminate any cold spots and stick some foam in, which is polyurethane foam, which is waterproof to a good degree, and then you know once it's cured, you slice it off level, and that can be skimmed onto, or it can have the isotherm system applied to. naughty window fitters not filling it out. You same here, and they've got same round door downstairs. So they've took it off, plastic patches, sorry, plastic strips, a bit like that they've got on here, like these, but thicker round door. And they've took them off the foam door and said it's a lot warmer in passageway. It was freezing and they were getting condensation forming around. But on that external wall we're going to put Isotherm system, and what that does is that will warm the wall surface up, because this wall is a solid wall again, built with headers and stretchers, and this will make it up to 8 degrees warmer on surface, so you're not going to get that cold bridging, and there's less of a chance of condensation forming on it because we're adding adequate ventilation too.
A lot less a chance.
So I'll show you how we go on. I've got to get cracking.
You could be knocking about, mate.
I'm behind, and it's a Monday, and I don't want to be late on Monday.
Don't be late on Monday.
So I'll see you next time.
No.
Morning everybody,
Fucking
DampSam
hell.
here at this job in
What's that on his top lip?
Wakey somewhere. This is an interesting one, this, and we've got to warm this wall up. So this is a north facing property, that's north through window, and this wall is a cold wall.
Very cold wall.
They've had issues, we've got to put some ventilation in, so there's no ventilation. They've got no fanning bathroom, no fanning
Two
kitchen,
fingers up at me, you cunt.
and there's a toilet they've got a fan in, but it just comes on with a timer and makes a lot of noise, so we're swapping that. And then we're putting them a PIV unit in a converted basement, what they've got, where the person that converted it didn't put any ventilation in.
And when we did fit that PIV unit, poor old JSI electrician, it took him nearly half a day to drill through a thickness of 3 bricks, and that's how they used to build basements. So basement were always thicker. So he core drilled it out, and it took him, I think it took him longer than half a day. When I say half a day, about 4 hours. And he were cursing me, I think. But he got it done, because he's a top class electrician, and it's in working brilliant. So that were an issue, but this wall here we're going to use Isotherm system. So we've got his rolls ready. I've just took radiator off, so schoolboy error on my part, forgot to say that fucking
radiator had come off, so
that's why
we're a bit behind on this. I've just got it off now, and then I've just took rest at skirting off that were behind there. And what we're going to do now is, because
Looks like you're not been sleeping, isn't it?
there's been cold air coming up, so you see again we've got this gap, front flooring, all the way around. So we're going to stick a board in there.
Told him that, Sam.
Sorry, put some foam in there and then stick a board in, and then once it's cured, we're going to put Isotherm system on
You
wall.
want to get on with it?
So that's up here.
Pretty late start already.
And then obviously around wall as well. But this was one of the things as well. So before we come, we told them they had to just put this foam in here. These were empty. So again, you've got cold spots being formed because you've got a massive gap here with the fit of these windows. Naughty window fitters not filling it out. You see them here, and they've got same round door downstairs. So they've took it off, plastic patches, sorry, plastic strips, a bit like that they've got on here, like these, but thicker round door.
I think I've put wrong video on here, because
They've took them off the foam door and said it's a lot warmer
me.
in passageway. It was freezing and they were getting condensation forming around. But on that external wall, we're going to put Isotherm system.
Yeah.
And what that does is that will warm the wall surface up, because this wall is a solid wall again, built with headers and stretchers, and this will make it up to 8 degrees warmer.
The more we tell them, the more it'll
surface,
sink in.
so you're not going to get that cold bridging, and there's less of a chance
The condensation
forming on it because we're adding adequate ventilation too.
course
So
we are.
I'll show you how we go on.
It's part of the system.
I've got to get cracking.
Because you're late.
Because
Because of radiator. Schoolboy error
I'm
here.
behind and it's a Monday and I don't want to be late on Monday.
Well, knock about then.
I'll see you next then. Morning everybody, DampSam here at this job in
Back again.
Wakey somewhere.
Yeah. And I think
This is an interesting one, this.
Same
And
video. Let me just.
we've got to
fast
warm
forward
this
it.
wall up. So this is a north facing
We've already said this. haven't we?
property. That's north through window. And this wall.
Hiya, it's DampSam here. I've just come on just to tell you that DampSam.com is now up and running. We've got the Express damp proofing system course designed by me, run by me, done by me. You can buy that. We've got the ultimate guide to black mold and condensation. You can pay what you want for it. And we've also got 3 free ebooks. And also we've got a guide to basement conversions, the ultimate guide to damp proofing, and also the podcasting series. You can get in contact with them and the YouTube membership. Enjoy the rest of your film. Here we go. Okay. So this is it. This is the application, and hopefully I'll not be saying much on this. So I'm putting it on here with a tiling trowel. Now you'll see it's taking me a bit slower. We don't do this all the time, but when I initially did this, I used a skimming trowel. But we've fitted a different system, a waterproofing system, onto a property, and we used the trowel. So we were taught to use the Keller, not an Amberwood, and the trowel. And it takes a while for me to cotton on because I'm rushing. It takes a while for me to cotton on that I'm using a shitty trowel. Now you need it for notching, but not necessarily for putting on. So near end, I end up getting one of my old skimming trowels, which I've got in bag, and it goes on a lot faster. So these come in 25. Look, so this is notching. So what you do with notching is down one way, and then you go across the other way. Now this, again, I think I used wrong trowel. I've got a notching trowel that gives you a 5mm notch, and I've got one that gives you a 10mm notch. And I think we used a 10mm one, but I might be wrong. But it don't really matter anyway. So as long as you get that notch, and it does allow the isotherm to go on evenly. So you kind of put it on. It sticks on first setting, first application, and then what I've tended to do now is you move outwards. So you try and get these air bubbles out. So I do it with my hands to start with, get it onto adhesive, and then we use a roller. And these rollers are for roofs actually. So I did this as well, because at radiator brackets and that, messing about. So I've done big strips first. And one of the other things as well, before you start with your with your adhesive, you have to use a paint whisk, because it's the I think the 20, I forget how big they are. Anyway, but we use it's like a paint whisk thing. Put it in a cordless, and then you knock it up for around about I think it's 3 minutes. And what that does, it puts a bit of air in it, and it allows you to trowel it onto the wall a lot easier. If you just get it straight out of the tub, then it's a bit stiffer, and there's no air in it, so there's less chance of you being able to spread it thinner and spread it faster. So what I've learned to do is, see, I'm going from art side here. You go from middle, art. So you'd start it middle like that, and then you go art. And you do it the width of the roller, and then you go other way. See, what I'd done now is, this, I've not fitted that much, but what I'd done now is I'd have probably gone from middle upwards, and then art, and then again from middle downwards, and then work my way out to edges, and that gets your air bubbles out, if there's any. Because what happens is when you come to skim it, if it's got air bubbles in, it forms like a circle. And there's no panic if you do find one of them. What you do is you just cut a V-art, lift it up, put a bit of dry grip in or something that'll stick it, then pop it back down. So all things are sort of covered, all bases are covered. So this one next day, and this is me skimming. So that's what we forgot the day before. We forgot ladders, and it's quite high. That's why we're stretching, which can be good for you. But if anybody sees me drop, spill, drop any plaster, let me know. This is top 1%er. Not one drop gets spilt. There you go. Look at that. And again, just tell everybody, I'm not left-handed. This is the magic of video. I'm right-handed, and I put this on with my right hand, but through the magic of video, for some reason, I'm now left-handed. It's weird watching me doing it left-handed. I'm right-handed. I would never hold my handboard like that. But you can see it's spun round because, oh no, we did do one on both ends. So there'll be people watching my videos and they'll see me doing it left-handed, putting it on left-handed, and they'll see me doing it on right-handed, and they'll think I'm above the top 1%. He can put it on with both hands. And it's a dream to skim. So if there's any plasterers watching this and they're thinking, oh, I bet it's a nightmare to skim, but it's like skimming a plasterboard. It goes on as good as going onto a plasterboard, and it hangs like it does on a plasterboard. So they've kind of ticked all boxes with this product. And I think you can use it. We've used it for other stuff. So if you wanted to use it for isolating sulfate salts, and you didn't want to be buying dry flex, in theory it will work as an isolation system, because the adhesive that comes with it, that is waterproof. And like I said, when you lift lid off it, it smells like tile adhesive. So and I think it probably is some kind of tile adhesive, some waterproof tile adhesive. And when I was speaking to guys at Wickham, they couldn't say that it was, but he had a wry smile on his face when I said it's tile adhesive, isn't it? And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, proper man's handboard as well. None of these postage stamps, none of these little postage plastic things. Proper man's handboard. anybody that wants to know what type of handboard it is, it's Marshall Tan, and it's a dry lining handboard from America, from the States of America. And you can get it off at Marshall Tan website, and it's like it's like an oblong shaped, and it's got where your handle goes in, you can adjust that. Weirdly enough, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always used to having it in middle, handles in middle at board, but for some reason you can have it at edge at board. I don't know why that is. If anybody knows, stick it in comments and let me know why it's adjustable. So all the time I bang on about going from left to right, and I am going left to right. It's just that because at video it makes it look as if I'm going right to left, which goes against everything I've ever been taught when you're skimming. But I am doing it left-handed, aren't I? People think I am. The witchcraft of YouTube has made me do it left-handed. And I have lost a bit of weight since then. Off my belly, more than a 6-pack now. And I got some, for Christmas I got some new laces. Still got the same boots. I needed some new laces, the Brock. So Moist Mel got me 2 pair of boot laces. And when I was fitting them, I just cut them straight down, rather than trying to pull them out, messing about. Just straight down with scissors, and just pull straight out. So that's a tip for everybody. If you're changing laces, don't be bothered trying to save them for conkers or out like that. Straight down with scissors, take them out, get your new ones in. Come on, Sam, knock about. One of the things that I wanted to talk about as well while you're watching this is, and I'm going to talk about it on the podcast next. At some point, we're going to have to get paid by Bitcoin. So, has anybody thought about getting paid in crypto? I was listening to a thing today, and it was on about Visa. Visa fetched out a wallet. So you've got your Visa card, they fetched out a wallet, they're going to be able to pay for things with your crypto using a Visa wallet. So things like flights and stuff like that, and you're going to get rewards for it. And obviously early adopters are going to get bigger rewards because they want people to start using these wallets. And Visa, massive company, they wanted people to start using their so like when you pay for a holiday, or if you've got some flights and stuff, or cars even, houses, stuff like that, then you'll get paid. They'll give bonuses in different coins. I don't know what coin it's going to be, and then you'll spend them a bit like air miles and things like that, but there'll probably be more things that you can spend them on. So I just wondered what people's thoughts were on get tradesmen and stuff getting paid by crypto or Bitcoin or things like that. Has anybody been paid in Bitcoin? Builders, stuff like that, because it is coming. It is coming. This year, 2024, it's going to be the biggest adoption of it. And there will still be cash,
and there will still be bank transfers and things like that, but it will get fetched in. Will people prefer to be, you know, paid in Bitcoin to start with? I mean, it might not have to be Bitcoin, but it's going to be interesting. You know, are people going to be, oh, you know, it's going to cost, cost this in pounds, X amount in pounds, X amount for a bank transfer, X amount in Bitcoin, or X amount in Ethereum. If you want to pay me in Solana, you can pay this much, depending on which is best performing. Can you, you know, will you be doing that? Adding your VAT on, adding your, you know, your taxes on and stuff. Because then you are going to be able to pay for your building materials in crypto as well. So it's really interesting times, and exciting times if you've bought any crypto. And I think these are going to be conversations that we're going to have. So if you listen to my podcast, I'm going to do a bit on it. So that's it. Not one drop was spilled.
Was it in there?
I think that was first coat. I think I do miss some pictures off. But you get the general idea. I wanted you to see how easy it was to skim, how easy it was to apply, and the results. So after we'd fitted the ventilation, after the guy done his decorating in anti-mold paints and things, no more issues. His walls lovely and warm. It's not getting condensation forming on it. His house is warm because we filled the gaps in where the cold air were coming in. And he's given us a good, fantastic review on his Google business page, so you can look for that. We have got some good reviews on.
Why? Oh, yeah. Has I asked him?
And what I'm doing here, I'm just using last bits of stuff up. Because again, green plasterer, I don't like any waste. I don't like throwing stuff away. It all gets used. Not as much rubbish, you see, then at the end of the job, is there? Use it all up. Try and mix the correct amount that you need. And this is what we're doing as timber treatments. So when you're mixing timber treatments to spray timbers, then you have to try and mix the correct amount up. Because you don't want loads left. You can't put it in watercourse or all. It's got to be weight. It's got to be run through and sprayed on your timbers. Water is just the carrier that gets your preservative into the timbers. Still not full. Yeah, last bit. Yeah, it goes. And what you can do with this is as well, I mean, we did one the other day, and at Cuddiff, and I tool coated it. I'm going to say something, Sam. I'm sure on the floor. I'm sure I ain't got
First coit. Second coit to come. See it better that way.
We
I
have
think.
been second coat on.
It's a bit late, you can't really see it, but
Well,
second
it's
coit
alright
to
to me,
come
it's
round,
not.
flattened it off.
Oh, double chin was stuck out though, wasn't it? So that were it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some value from it, and I think there'll have been a few light bulb moments going off in people's head, thinking, I reckon I could do that. That's a problem I've got on my wall: condensation, black mold. I bet that'd fix it. Wonder if I know any tradesmen that can apply this system, which is the Isotherm system from Wickham. So yeah, back to doing what I do best, which is giving value to you lovely people out there. Again, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you think you've got an issue with condensation, all you need to do is go on to DampSam.com. I've done the ultimate guide to black mold and condensation. And if you're renting a property and you're complaining about black mold, damp issues, and it's falling on deaf ears, you need to know what procedure you need to do, who to contact, what numbers they are, and you need to know exactly what to do. And this is one of the questions that we keep getting on our Facebook group, which is the black mold, condensation and black mold help group on Facebook. So you can go on there and put your pictures on and stuff. But if you download the ebook, which is the ultimate guide to black mold and condensation, you can pay whatever you think it's worth to you. There's a guide price, but you pay whatever you think it's worth to you. If you think it's worth more, 20 quid, give us 20 quid. If you think it's less and you can't afford it, pay what you want. We just want to give you value, and we want you to know your rights and how, if you have to complain, how you do it. And there's a section on, well, I'll tell you. So a lot of people might be scared of complaining to, you've got to let them know that you've got an issue, but they might be scared of pushing it too far and making a fuss with the landlords. And if they are, you've got up to 6 years to complain, but you need to have that information. You need to have a record of, you know, of your complaints, who you've spoke to and everything. And in the ultimate guide, it tells you exactly what you need to do. And you can log everything and do the correct procedures. And if you're not getting any help from your landlord, then ultimately, you know, you can look at getting compensation for living in a property that's not fit to live in, that's wet, damp, that's affecting your kids, that's affecting your parents, that's affecting your dogs and cats and stuff like that. So that's a thing that everybody needs to have as a guide, the ultimate guide to condensation by DampSam at DampSam.com. And there's some free ones on there as well. So if you're looking to convert a basement, or if you've got just general damp issues, you can pick up 2 free ebooks off there. And if you want to learn how to do express damp proofing system, you know, I've done a course which is about an hour and a half long, that tells you everything that you need to get, everything you need to do to install the system. A couple of £100, but once you've learnt it, you learn that money back on your first job. So it's all on DampSam.com. Go on there and have a look. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now.